Welcome back everyone. Joining us here today is an electrifying personality who was absolutely born to perform. He's also helped thousands of aspiring actors by co-founding the Actors Collective LA. Whether you know him from the amazing Spider-Man shutting up fake interns,
yeah, you just have to look past the gills on her neck.
He's the voice of the God of Chaos, Mark Doherty. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's the first time I've done something like this, so I'm awkward.
No worries. Congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It was a whirlwind.
I have a gift for you if you'd like to see before we get started, if that's all right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Thank
Awesome.
you.
No, it's okay.
Oh my gosh. You made this?
Yeah. I drew it. Like, spent 2 months. My hand hurts so hard. So.
Oh my gosh. This is incredible.
Thank you.
Oh my
I really
God.
hope you liked it.
I do. Thank you. This is amazing. I'm speechless. I love it.
I hope you're pumped up now. So.
I am. Yeah. Let's do it.
You voiced Weep in Republic before you voiced Loki in Bayonetta 2, and you were already well experienced in television, theater, and in the movie scene.
With some insight to your origins, were there any differences or challenges that you felt that are exclusive to video game voice acting when you first got into it?
Yeah, 100%. I think I had definitely started my life like as a theater kid like everybody else, and then I went to Chicago and Detroit and I started working in commercial print, so in modeling and like industrials, which is like internal footage. On that end. Hold on, let me make sure my mic is on.
That's okay.
It is. It is. Okay, good,
Perfect.
good. Okay, great. It's on.
I get you.
All right. So yeah, so I started out in Chicago, and then I moved to LA in like 2008, and I had, truthfully, the truth is, I had been mercilessly made fun of my entire life about like how high my voice was,
Right.
or if I sound my queerness, if that was very visible, or people were clocking that. And I think that was so hard. I think as a person of color, growing up in the Midwest, and I think just being different, I definitely feel like I had like a fish out of water kind of narrative my entire life. So I never thought I would do voiceover. I completely thought it was never something that anybody would be interested in from me. And I think, even though I forayed into voiceover not too long ago, considering some of my proteges, there's just like a lot of the same type of people that we see a lot of the times, and diversity wasn't as big of a factor then. So I just didn't think that there was an even desire for me in the world. So it actually started out with my commercial agent years ago. She just sent me on like a Radio Disney commercial audition.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do it.
Might as well.
And so, yeah, might as well. And I booked it, and that was really fun. And then that was kind of it, and that was fine. And then this one, I actually auditioned for, I believe I booked Bayonetta before Republic, actually. And so... Yeah, that's a fun fact.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a very interesting tidbit. So
Right.
I had actually, that was one of my first like motion capture and video game auditions was for Bayonetta, and I don't think we were told it was Bayonetta at the time, as most of the industry does.
Yeah.
Even it's top secret now, of course, post COVID and everything being digital, but. Like, I think video games always are kind of secretive, and it was a sequel, so it had already been out. So at the time, a majority of those auditions are in Marina Del Rey. So I remember like driving all the way to the west side, and
Right.
that's
Oh, man.
far. If
Yes.
people are not aware, that's a big hike.
Oh, man, the
it's
dedication. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, why not? So I went over there, and I was a dancer and a gymnast growing up, and they needed somebody 18 to play younger who was Asian American, who could do fight choreography, was a dancer, a gymnast, or had some, I'm sure, experience in motion capture. And then I think that's all it said. So I just remember going, and when you go into those things, and it was kind of like a theater audition. So since I grew up doing theater, all of a sudden I had a big playable space with there's a balance beam and like a vault board, and like
Cool.
you can do a tumbling pass.
Wow.
So they
alright.
they have another actor there, and they're ready
Yeah.
to like kind of be in the scene with you, and they mic you up, they strap you up, and they kind of let you loose.
Right.
And you kind of explore the space, and there really isn't like a ton of conversation ahead of time in sort of like blocking and things like that. So go, right? And so I just had to figure it out, and I think I had blocked it out in my head. And so we did all that, and then I think at the very end they asked me, Chris Zimmerman, she directed me in both Republic and Bayonetta actually as well. Another fun fact. So same director. They asked if I could do a British accent, and so I did, and that was that.
Yeah.
And then, they gave a call, and They were not sure what accent they were going to go with, but that was fine. And actually, when I booked it, there was a lot of talk if I was actually going to go to Japan to do part of the motion capture work and performance capture, and things like that. So it was a crazy experience, and it was something that I just kind of had to vice grip and hold on to. And I believe I coached ahead of time and asked a lot of questions, and it took a long time. It was much different than film or television, where we move super fast, and in commercials we move incredibly quickly. So this one, while it moves quickly, there is somewhat of a lead time, and obviously with a game like this one, I had multiple sessions, so I recorded over more than one session. So yeah, and I didn't end up going to Japan, but yeah.
Okay, more than one session, so there are hidden like other tapes of Loki out there?
No. It just took multiple sessions just to capture the one game. Yeah, because there was so much to cover in a very short amount of time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have a list of all the trivia and did you knows of like what you're saying to me now.
Great, I love it.
And speaking of like motion capture and whatnot, in Captain Marvel, you were like the key to bringing the pre-production molds that helped with the construction of the scrolls. Like, did you have any idea how Loki looked? No idea?
No. Well, okay, so halfway, maybe like a session into it, I think I saw the art.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the art. Yeah, I saw that, and then they had some of the performance capture stuff in that they had shot in Japan, if my memory serves me. So I saw some reference videos of some of the fights and things like that, some of the scratch and reference things that they had done. So that helped. I don't think the art was totally fleshed out yet, if my memory serves me well, because by the time I saw like some of the final work and like the trailers of it, I was like, oh wow, it like looks a little bit different than I had intended, So, or I guess, thought in my head. So that's always kind of like a really exciting piece of the process that I guess is kind of like the cherry on top.
Right.
Yeah.
It's common in video games that you don't really know how the character looks like, and you capture that really well. So I'm a fan of Loki. I love him. So thank you so much for performing that awesomely, man.
Thank you. It was really fun. It was a really different experience. We had the team from Japan there, so we had a translator.
Cool.
So it was kind of it was a whole different experience, which I actually I'm glad that I got to do it that way, because I could kind of think and let my adrenaline kind of calm down. And
right.
To answer your question, actually, now that we're there, I think what surprised me getting into session for it was how much it really was like more acting, because in film and TV, you have, by the time that you book the job, you're on a set, you're on the best of the best are styling you and putting hair and makeup, on your face. And so it's really easy to kind of drop in per se, but when you're in a very small cubic room and you have, wires in your ear, or sometimes, they drop a camera in front of your face, even just for reference, whatever it may be, it is a lot of imagination work that you have to do. And so I definitely 100%. Think that I had a lot of imaginary characters growing up because I didn't have a lot of friends. So.
Me too. I understand that, man.
Yeah. So I think that surprised me the most.
Good. And you had the whole suit on and everything for Loki and the motion capture?
For that one, I did not. So that one we ended up just doing voice. So that one was fine. For Republic, I had a camera, and Rena and I got to do a session together in the room together, which is really fantastic. So that was another cool experience to kind of deal with that.
Seeing how you got into it and how you endured video game voice acting and performing.
It really is an art. I have a lot of respect now when I talk to my colleagues who do it, or people who've been doing it for a really long time, and just being like, oh my gosh, like pre-digital, like I don't even know what that would have been like. I'm a millennial in that regard. So
diving into a little bit of the lore of Bayonetta, like you weren't just the voice of Loki, you were also the voice of Loki's evil half, Lopter.
Yes.
How does it feel to be like, one of the coolest, or in my opinion, the coolest major antagonists of the lore of Bayonetta?
I'm thrilled that you think that. Thank you.
It's okay.
I think it's crazy because at the time, I will be honest, like I wasn't a huge gamer. We grew up very conservatively and humbly growing up, so we didn't necessarily have the finances for that, or just the general interests or things that my parents pushed us towards. So it wasn't until I met my husband that I kind of got into gaming, and now I love gaming, and I have my Switch, and I take it everywhere I go. So
awesome.
it was a different experience to do a video game without having much exposure to it. And I actually think that actually helped me not have as many expectations. So I think I was able to just have fun, and, you know, having such an incredible director on the English side like Chris to help me wade through the waters. And really, I think that's so important, whatever medium that you're in, is to just trust your director. You know, they're the one at the helm, and when they tell you there's a 50-foot dragon and they are hitting you in the ribs,
gotta trust them.
Yeah.
A little bit even more into the lore. Did you feel, I know it's been a very long time, but do you feel that Loki's character arc was finished at that time, or do you believe personally like he deserves a redemption arc in the future?
Listen, let's always fight for redemption. Hashtag Team Loki, right?
Team Loki, let's go, you know?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I think in a universe as so special as Bayonetta, I think anything is possible. So I think never say never.
One of the artists on our channel absolutely loves Loki. Like, she's been posting Loki every single week, every single day.
No way.
It was her birthday recently, and is it possible if you could like say a little happy birthday to her as Loki and could sign her a drawing if that's okay?
Well, Loki, I think it was something, you know, somewhere around this, there, love.
Oh, okay.
It vacillated so much on the accent because we had a couple versions where there was like way more British, and then
wow, okay.
we kept, you know, we have the needle had to move on it. So that's what people don't know on, you know, behind the scenes is like there was a lot of like iterations of it, especially especially on the first go ahead of it. So but I would love to. Yeah.
Like, did you want to do it? Did you want to do it now, or like did you have it?
I'll send a video. What's her name?
Oh my god, like Jackie. Yeah. Jackie, if that's okay.
Jackie. Oh my gosh, Jackie.
Yeah.
Thanks for drawing or taking interest in
I'll send you her drawing, by the way. This is her favorite drawing.
Oh my gosh, I have to look at it while we're still here. Where does Jackie live?
I'm not entirely sure. I think she wants to remain that anonymous.
Anonymous. Totally fine.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
Aww.
This is amazing.
Oh man, my heart.
Look at this hair. The hair, I think the hair to me was always like look at my hair. When I saw it, because I don't know if that was part of the original art or not, but I think when I saw, you know, he kind of has like some braids, I was like, that's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's so interesting seeing the behind the scenes, because this is not available anywhere else, and like, you know.
Yeah, it's a very interesting process, I think. I think especially in animation too, you know, the same kind of thing with that too. So.
Yeah. From puppet shows in your living room, to church plays, to seeing you on the big screen, to helping other actors achieve their dreams through the Actors Collective LA. Mark Dougherty, it is an honor to meet you as always. What is your absolute message for the world?
Be kind to each other. I think right now, just understand we're all going through it, right? And I think if it's something that you want to do, just move a mountain and hell or high water. Chase after it. I came here week after I turned 19, and I drove my car here, and I had $2,000 and I had to work 50 part-time jobs, and I've, you know, been on my own financially since then, and I've had to figure it out, you know, and it takes a lot of sweat equity, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. And, you know, people don't see the ugly days when I was like cleaning toilets and doing housekeeping just to pay my bills and keep my lights on, but, you know, just doing it to continue doing what I love to do. And, you know, ultimately, like, it does pay off. It's just a numbers game, I think, and just continue persevering.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Oh, it deserves a standing ovation, man.
Thank you.
No, I agree. Let me know if I could help out with anything, and
absolutely,
please have a lovely, lovely evening.
All right, I will. I will do my best.
No worries. Bye.